this is the secret to the kingdom. So we have a 30K paywall. If they can't afford that, our client will downsell them into a 10K offer, which is just adding to his ad spend to get more 30K offers. So he'll downsell them, he'll finance the 10K, so he at least liquidates his ad costs. He finances them to make it really easy. He'll guarantee the person that just financed his next $10,000 in ad spend, he'll guarantee them a 200% return within 6 months. So it's like, hey, you give me 10, I'll make sure you make 20 within the next 6 months.
You're listening to the Rich Ad Poor Ad podcast, where we break down the financial principles that rich advertisers are deploying today to turn advertising into profit and get tons of traffic to their websites without killing their cash. These advertisers, agencies, affiliates, brands are responsible for managing over $1 billion a year in ad spend. You'll hear about what's working for them today, their rich ads, and we'll roast their epic failures and crappy ads on the internet with poor ads. Let's get into it.
All right, everybody, we are back in action with another episode of the Rich Ad Poor Ad podcast, where we dive into what's working, what isn't working, and some badass financial principle tips. So today we have an absolute badass in the game. We have the founder of Everlasting Ads, and we got Alex, who's responsible for probably spending about $7 million this year. So he's a heavy hitter when it comes to the ad game. So, I mean, to hype up the train, Zach, what's up, man? You ready for this?
I'm ready for this, man. This guy, I think he might know a thing or two about ads. I hope so. No, I actually am excited to have him on because he's got, I think he took the whole agency offer model to like next level. And he did something really unique that we're going to dive into hopefully a little bit today, but kind of blended in the whole offer of like, what is the retainer? What is the ad spend? And really thought through how much ad spend does my client need to actually get the result that they're after. And then he just put a fixed price on it, right? And like every agency out there is like, oh, it's X amount of spend plus a percentage, and there's no guarantees, and it's a 90-day minimum, and blah, blah, blah. And it's not sexy at all. So I'm excited to get into it, Dylan.
Ooh, man, what a hyped intro, man. Well, without further ado, Alex Martino, man, what's up?
What's up? I appreciate the compliments, but that offer, we'll dive into the offer in a sec, but no, I appreciate it. It's a good offer. It sells like crazy. We're basically paying for people's ads to like profit, and then I'll just dive into it a little bit.
Well, yeah, get everybody up to speed on like, what is Everlasting Ads? What is this offer that I just hyped the shit out of?
So Everlasting Ads started as just a website. Now it's turned into a full-blown agency for info products and branching into e-commerce more so these days. We run ads for a lot of people selling high-ticket offers, high-ticket between 5 to 50 to even a 900K offer. We have a client selling. He moved a unit last month. That was cool. Pretty good ROAS.
900K? Oh my God.
It's a done for you e-commerce store over like a year, and it's like just full-blown like all out ad spend everywhere. It's pretty nuts. So yeah, I mean, basically our base offer, how we're attracting clients for ourselves, is it's packages. We'll pay for ads until you profit. Basically, the way that works is over our normal management fee would be about 10K for certain clients or 5K. So what we do is we actually cut that in half and then just include the amount of ad spend we think that they need. For most info products starting out, they don't need more than $2,500 in ad spend. If they're scaling, they already know how much ad spend they want to spend, and they just tell us that, and we just slap a retainer on that as well. It's done really well. Like our click-through rates are through the roof ever since we used it. I ran ads for a lot of other agency programs and other agencies themselves, paying anywhere between $250 to $300 a call. We've stayed under 100 for the last 8 months now. So,
ooh,
yeah,
damn,
it's pretty good.
I'm excited to hear. I'm sure you've had some horror stories though too, and that's with the kind of
for sure. Because we guarantee a client to 1 to 3 clients depending on how much they invest. So then you get like one person that like didn't get the course because it's not a course, it's a done for you program, and they're like super mad, and they're like, hey, like I want my money back. With like 60 days later, after you already gave them a client, You're like, wait, I paid you, and now you want money back plus the money I paid. It's like it's turned into a little bit of a logistics like circus recently, if you will. But we've worked it out now. It's pretty solid. We've streamlined it. We're reworking offers every day. I know before this we were talking about some other people that really just craft offers all the time. We consider ourselves sort of like an advertising hedge fund. So we're just going wherever the money is. If we see one thing's hitting, we'll help our clients scale in that category, and we'll take equity if we scale them high enough. So there's all sorts of models that we've put into play, all of which have been extremely lucrative to this point. So, yeah.
Whew. Damn, this is gonna be a juicy one then. Hell yeah. So, of course, we'd love to dive into our rich ad segment. What's working good for you? So, I mean, what is your rich ad at this time?
Rich ad right now, you can find it all over the internet under they're running like 50 variations of the thing. You've probably seen it, whether you know it or not. We've spent 120,000 the last 90 days on it, which is not too much, but the client's closed $6 million in sales off it. So,
oh my God, can you release who the client is, or is that some undercover?
Yeah, no, that one NDA, and he's NDA plus exclusivity agreement. So he's
I was like
really
plus death threats.
Plus, our business manager will disappear overnight.
Can you dive into the funnel at all, or the kind of concept or the strategy behind it?
Yeah. So what we're
the domain, the client's name, and stuff like that.
Domain has labs in it, so it's enough. If you go on AdSpy, you might be able to find it. That's actually probably enough to find it. Anyways, so basically, we're running this ad. It's a super streamlined funnel. Most people these days, or just for the last 2 years, have just putting these survey funnels that have a 13 to 15 question application in them. And then people are already turned off by the time they get on the call. They're like, I just gave you like my whole business model. Why do you want more questions? Like, what we've done is, because we've removed that and we've just turned that into an intro call. Like, we'll just make 2 points of contact. We don't one call close, we 2 call close, because first, it just builds another level of trust. Second, your cost per call is much lower, like 4 to 5 to even 10 times lower, because they didn't have to fill out their whole resume and their social and their mother's maiden name, their bank account, and the routing number. Like, you just name, email, phone number, then do a first call to basically get the info you would have asked them in the full application. That's really our secret. Remove the application, book a call, put a first person in front of it, and scale like crazy. Basically, because typically, if you wanted to build this model, we're booking 1,500 sales calls a month off about $30K a month in ad spend. It's just like $30 to $40 a call. It's crazy. But typically, that model, you pay too much per call, and then you try to one call close them, and it doesn't work. And then you have to have 20 closers. All we've done is we've put 8 setters, so 8 individual people that will just qualify them, and we only need 2 closers then.
Yeah, so you've streamlined the whole sales process as well.
How good are these closers? So I want to talk about these closers. What does the first 5 minutes of this conversation look like?
I'm not doing their sales. We've got another department for that. But I do know the conversion rates. So $30 calls, because we're not qualifying, like to the bottom, every single call will convert 5% of them.
Got it.
The 1,500 sales calls, 5% of those will convert on a 30K offer minimum.
At the top line, if they schedule a qualifier, like with a setter, 5% all the way through to close.
5% from booked, not even from a showed call, just 5% from booked. So the best thing that's working phenomenal right now is, yes, we have a 30K paywall. This is the secret to the kingdom. So we have a 30K paywall. If they can't afford that, our client will downsell them into a 10K offer, which is just adding to his ad spend to get more 30K offers. So he'll downsell them, he'll finance the 10K, so he at least liquidates his ad costs. He finances them to make it really easy. He'll guarantee the person that just financed his next $10,000 in ad spend, he'll guarantee them a 200% return within 6 months. So it's like, hey, you give me 10, I'll make sure you make 20 within the next 6 months. and all he does is uses it to refuel his ad spend for his 30K offer. So it's just like one big loop of money for him.
What, like, is everybody just buying these leads? Like, is your client like an agency to an agency to an agency, or they all just want agency leads? Like, what's going on here?
So our client has a model to sell done for e-commerce stores.
Okay.
He sells high ticket items, but what he does is when it circles back, so he'll downsell them to basically cover his ad spend. The way he guarantees the returns he guarantees is he actually goes ahead and sells the business at the end, and he'll keep the difference between whatever the guarantee was.
Yeah.
So like say you go to
I feel like I'm in Inception right now. I'm like 4 layers deep into this thing, and I'm like, I need my tell. I need my top.
I can give you a link to a sketch I did of the whole thing because it's kind of complex.
Okay, so let me break this down. I'm gonna do an awful job. He runs the ad is selling a 30K done for you e-commerce package. The ad is going towards e-commerce businesses.
Yeah.
And he's going to guarantee the downsell is 10K, and he's going to guarantee a 200% return within 6 months on the 10K.
Yep.
I don't know what the 10K is, but everybody wants a 200% return on 10K. So.
It's just more ad spend.
Well, what is the downsell? Like, what is he's just saying
he's just done for you affiliate offer.
You're gonna done for you affiliate. Oh, you're not gonna buy the e-commerce store. You're gonna buy a done for you.
Become my affiliate, and then I'll run all the ads for you because I'm your affiliate traffic manager.
Ooh.
Okay, so you're gonna pay 10K to have a done for you affiliate store, and it doesn't matter what the affiliate offer is. It's gonna be mine.
Yep.
To be disclosed. Holy cow! And then he drops like 10K.
But there's another side of this too.
I feel like this is what Dylan's been up to on weekends. I feel like
there's another side to this. So if they buy the 30K, they're guaranteed 150% return in 6 months. And what he'll do is he'll get an e-commerce store to about 10, 20,000 a month of recurring revenue with a subscription model.
Ooh.
And then he'll sell the e-commerce store for whatever his multiple is. So say he guaranteed 150% in 6 months, pays them their 150%. He keeps the difference. So if he sells the store for 300K and he only owed them 45.
Whew. Oh my God. That's a setup, man.
Yeah, I'll give you as a sketch of it.
That's cool. Super different. We have not heard anything like that on this podcast yet.
This episode is brought to you by Funnel Dash's Ad Card, the only charge card exclusively for your digital ad spend. And if you're an ad agency that manages 7 or even 8 figures a year in media and ad spend for your clients, and you're looking to double your profits over the next 6 to 12 months, then check out Ad Card. See, the typical agency model is this. You charge 10% of your spend, you make 10 to 20% margin at the end of the day. So that's really 1 to 2% of your client's spend that is profit in your business. The easiest way to double that is to really find a way to earn in that 1 to 2% cash back of the card that is on file of your client's ad account. And before Ad Card, what you had to do was invoice all your clients for their ad spend up front, which is really difficult on a cash flow basis and very difficult ask. And then you had to put the card on your own Amex or whatever card of choice to get that level of value back into your business. With Ad Card, it's entirely different and streamlined. You simply get your clients on Ad Card and make yourself the agency of record, and you'll get the cash back as long as you're managing the ad spend. It's a great way to double your profit without doing any additional work. Check it out at funneldash.com.
So, I mean, that's quite a freaking rich ad there. So, I mean, we'd love to kind of pull out the poor ad, the flaws, those embarrassing moments. Everybody flexes on the good stuff these days, but let's be real. It's not always all, roses and daisies out there. So go ahead and give us kind of more of a poor ad here.
So someone stole our funnel the other day. That's a poor ad because now they get a cease and desist. They literally swiped it word for word. Other than that, and other than me putting them on blast on social media, we've also seen a lot of basically, there's just a lot of poor ads right now. Actually, there's just everyone's trying to go into the gold rush of actually the kind of the gold rush we're in the agency coaching. Everyone wants to have a coaching program. The issue, it's just huge advice actually. Don't use that standard VSL case study funnel. I'm not going to say who made it, but like the VSL case study funnel with like an image on the left side and an opt-in on the right side and 3 bullets that says free case study. Don't use that. Your costs are through the roof. All we did when we started to basically make our rich ads is we removed the opt-in and just we optimize for the end of complete registration, and we just do 3 pages. It's one page 2 is the calendar, page 3 is the thank you page. You do all the rest of it on the follow-up. So the poorest ads I've seen is we've got a lot of people following a lot of clients, even past clients too, following a lot of what you'd consider gurus in the space. And they're literally breaking even every month just so they can 1.5x the next month. And it's hard to scale that way. Like we're operating at a 4.4x on cash at all times, whereas they're operating sometimes at a 0.8. Not because of the ads, just because their business model is not really set up that well. Not monetizing enough on the back end, and they need to, considering how expensive those VSL funnels are right now.
Now, we are mentioning other ads here. What is a horror story that you've dealt with that you thought would kill it, or you thought you had it locked in, but it did not work as well, maybe backfired a little bit?
In terms of quality through a funnel, we've tried quiz funnels for book call, like for high ticket sales. They haven't done very well. We've got a ton of leads, but the quality's been really bad. Lead forms have been tanking more than ever for anything but home services. There's a lot of things you can do wrong on the market today. I'd say lead forms are the biggest issue. Unless you're doing home services, like, hey, need a new roof, swipe up, that works. Or basically just click to send me your info. That works, but other than that, don't use lead forms these days.
You're meaning the native lead forms that Facebook offers, right? That's pre-populated.
Yeah, don't use those. Higher intent works okay, but it's way more expensive, and Facebook's penalizing for that.
Have you done any messenger ads at all?
I've been wanting to. We haven't recently. How have they been doing for you guys?
I don't know. We're not running messenger ads right now.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I haven't seen much success with ManyChat. Maybe I'm just not monetizing it correct. Maybe I'm not Tanner Chittister, but but I haven't had a great success with messenger bots. They're nice to basically know who's opting in from your ads, but the sales process has been a little bit slower than we'd like. Our funnels, we keep our sales cycle under 7 days. So that means by the time they booked a call, they have to close within 7 days, or else they're put into follow-up by other people on our team. Our closers won't talk to them again until they get rebooked, because we're just moving so fast. Like we took 115 clients last month, so it just have to.
And the price point is anywhere between $5,000 and $15,000
for which one?
I don't know, whichever one you were just talking about.
Oh yeah, everything we sell is at least $10,000 now.
Really?
Yeah, we have 997 products, but you can't talk to us about those. Like just buy it. It sounds kind of mean, but like if people need the 997, they can just go on the site and buy it. Yeah, it's easier that way too, because the ROI on putting a salesperson on a 997 product is pretty rough, especially if it costs you $200 to get them on a call.
Oh yeah, and I mean, just give up coffee 2 days a week for a whole year and you're set. You know what I mean? It's not a big, it's not that crazy of an.
And how hard sell of it is it? Going into a 10K. I mean, is this kind of like a high pressure like situation, or like what's going on here?
So we're closing 40 to 44%. That's very close, like 40 to 45%, I'd say, every single week on the second call. So as I mentioned, we do an intro call to qualify. Anyone that shows up to that, we set 90% of them to the second call. We've had really good quality for some reason from our funnel. My theory is that don't try to get rid of the whales. The whales are not going to fill out that 13 question application. So removing that has allowed us to get a lot of big clients. We had clients doing 12 million a month to hop on these calls. So we've had big people hop on these, and they just go through and we close them. 45% on the second call. It's very low pressure. We lean out hard. So what we do is we use a presentation showcasing results on a slide deck. We'll show you everything we've done, just about, minus a couple of names, and the person just decides what's best for them. We present a three price wall. So it's like, hey, do you want 15 grand, 10 grand, or basically 8 grand? So we do actually, that one's still in the rotation. We have 8,000, 10, and then 15. And then they sell themselves based on which features they want.
Yeah. And what's the difference between the 8, 10, and 15?
8,000 comes with no guarantees. 10,000 comes with no ad spend, but it includes our sales team, so they're going to help you close the sales. 15K comes with a $2,000 in ad spend, and we'll close your sales for the first 90 days.
And your team, that was with the 8 bookers and 2 sales guys you mentioned, right?
So we have more closers now. That specific e-commerce division, we were running 8 setters, 2 closers. We have 10 or 12 closers now. Yeah, one of them sold $57 million in franchises before from my past with a very large franchise. So we brought him over with us as well, and he's phenomenal.
What do you think so like when somebody opts in for your $15,000 offer, what does that look like in terms of deliverables for you guys? Do you guys literally have like the same ad campaign running for all the clients, and then you're just kind of round robining those leads over, or do you have to like literally spin up a new ad account and a campaign for every single new client?
Quite frankly, our process is extremely duplicatable. Extremely duplicatable. We don't want to sell an unproven offer when someone gives us 15 grand. We plug it into an offer we've already seen work for at least 2 of our clients. One of the 2 can be ourselves. So we see that working, is crushing it. They come into us for a managed return. When someone pays 15K, they're not looking for a coaching program. They're looking for a managed return. They might be wanting some coaching. In that case, we actually refer them out. We're there to provide a managed return, and if they're happy with that, they're a great client. If they need a ton of coaching, they should basically go down to the 10 or 8K program.
So like, how often do they engage or interact with your team on a 15K price point if you're not doing coaching?
We'll do a once a week check-in for ads, and then they have full access to our support staff, including Liz, Amanda, our whole operations team, basically 9 to 5 every day. If the contact is outside of that time, we'll get a call back the first thing in the morning.
Those are support hours. Do you guys do like a standing weekly or a group call or anything like that?
So the ads team, which right now still includes myself for certain clients, certain high spenders, will hop on and review everything standing. Basically just go over everything with them, checking how their sales are doing. If we're not managing sales, we're managing sales. We just show them how much it's costing them on ads.
And do you just report to them like generic? Because if you're running it all like in one account, like how do you clean up the reporting for your clients? Is it like
it's a little messy, honestly, on reporting. It's easy to track their ad spend because it's just basically what day they started, what day they ended in the campaign. They'll get their own campaign. That being said, we try not to place more than 2 people on the same exact offer in the same ad account. Facebook's moving hard towards simplified account structure, what we've seen work the best is either one campaign, one ad set, one dynamic ad.
Ooh.
Or the other second best option is actually, I'd say this is the best option still. Facebook wants us to do 1-1-1. One campaign, one ad set, one ad. We've seen the best results recently and wants us to do 1-1-1. 4,000 a day right now on sales calls. So booking out 40 calls a day. What we're doing is we're running a ton of campaigns. There's 3 top of funnel campaigns. Excuse me if it's a little high level, but 3 top of funnel campaigns. One of them's lookalikes, one of them's interest, and one of them's just open targeting. And then there's 2 retargeting. There's middle of funnel and bottom of funnel. I have to give credit to Dimitri Nico for this.
Yeah,
this is really good. We've seen great results in so far. It's been in testing for 7 days. So it's just separate those 3 out for you just go actually, I don't want to give away this whole method because it's something he released privately.
I know. I know exactly what you're talking about too.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
With your lookalikes you use, are they usually 1%, 5%, 10%?
1%, and then sometimes we'll narrow them down by ad sets. By an interest.
Yeah, I used to be using a ton of 5 and 10%, but I've been noticing I just haven't been doing as hot recently, and it's kind of back to that 1% for some reason, which has been really interesting.
The only time we use them is we'll group all the percentages together in one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stack them. It's basically just a mega campaign at that point.
Is that with one ad set or just multiple ad sets with each percent?
One ad set with all of them. And then we'll have one ad set with probably our 1%, and then we'll probably do one other ad set with a 1 through 5.
That's interesting there. That's super nifty. Yeah, that's perfect. That's a high level. We got high level listeners, so that's ideal. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want to give away. If you guys want to basically see how that works, basically just message me and I'll connect you with Dimitri. He's an awesome guy.
We're trying to get him on this bad boy next.
Oh, just send him this. Hey, this dude almost released your ad method. Do you want him not to release your ad method, or do you want to present it? Yeah.
You won't believe what this guy said, man. You gotta listen to this.
That's funny.
He's an awesome guy, though. He seems to know his stuff. He's scaled a lot of big brands. So.
Oh yeah. So, with the Rich Dad Poor Dad podcast, we love to find the crossroads of, marketing and financials, basically. So, what kind of financial principle or financial tip could you share with the audience based off your kind of expertise? Could be scaling, cash flow, whatever floats your boat.
Cash flow, we're always shoot to, obviously, this is a tough goal depending on what basically funnel or ad strategy you're doing. Always scale with at least a 2x cash day one. That's important for info products too, because a lot of people will scale based on the monthly projection. You can't really scale like that. Always scale based on you need to make 2 times back every day. If you can't sell consistently 1 10K sell day, you can't pass 5K a day in ad spend.
And you're meaning by attribution, right? So don't look at it on a 28-day window, look at it kind of on a 1-day click just to actually gauge how.
Just for your cash. You need to be 2x every day. If you can scale with lower. We just like the 2x because we know we'll end the month and at around at least a 4, because we're not going to accept something really close to 2. We're just going to push our boundaries to make sure that we have the highest return possible. Obviously, as you scale to tens of thousands a day, you can tolerate a little bit less. But basically, we're always trying to stay at a 2x cash day over day in terms of financial principle. And that's basically the biggest one I have. Leverage credit more than ever right now. It's cheaper to have credit than it is to use your own savings. Like credit's cheap, it's affordable right now, and quite frankly, if you're any better than a 500 credit score, even you can get financed. You just have to look at the right places.
Oh, speaking of getting funded, Funnel Dash,
Yeah, no, Funnel Dash is amazing. We've got funded by them before. We've had clients funded by them. It's a streamlined process. We've actually enjoyed working with it.
Ooh, Zach, there you go, man.
Little Native Live advertisement. Here we go. Where do I spend the sponsorship money? I love it.
I'm trying to think. Other financial principles we've been abiding by. Basically, just the cash returns is really important. Always track, basically have hard cut points. So I've really in-depth spreadsheets on like what our minimum. We have a whole Excel doc with like what's our minimum risk tolerance. Our risk tolerance is a 2x return on cash. So if for some reason over a 3-day rolling period, so we have cuts based on a 3-day rolling window. So if for some reason we only get half the sales calls we need on a 3-day window, then we're actually going to cut. We want a 2x return. So basically, you start doing the math. We have a really long spreadsheet of this stuff. You just plug in basically your sales call conversion ratio, cost per call, desired ROAS, how much you want to spend per day. And then it actually will spit out how your media buyers commission splits, sales reps, like what your cost of goods are, net profit and losses. We've got some really good resources that actually we could probably put in the notes.
I was about to say, where can one find these spreadsheets, or where do you sell these spreadsheets, I should say?
I can start selling them. No, we'll just put them in the notes. It's fine. it's just a massive spreadsheet. Our basic principle is what gets tracked gets improved. There's a ton of different ways to say that, but we're just tracking everything, and we need to know where to cut because as you scale aggressively, we're trying to push one account to 20K a day right now. Sales calls, funnels. You need to know where your stop losses are. And our risk tolerance is basically we can 1.4x if we're at 20. If we're at 20,000 a day, we need at least a 1.4x, so 140% risk tolerance.
Now, you mentioned stop loss. This is kind of not financial related. Do you use automated rules at that kind of spin level?
Yeah, for once you pass like 5K a day, we'll start using them. Till before that, though, we keep it automated. Let Facebook kind of figure itself out.
Hell yeah, man! This has been a good one. Hell yeah, we're gonna have you back on in the next couple months. Just a heads up.
For sure, there'll be more offers and stuff too. So.
Hell yeah! So I mean, give everybody a heads up. What do you have next? How can we support you? How can they get in touch with you?
Easiest way to get in touch is website's still extremely easy way to get in touch. If you go to everlastingads.com and just click contact us, there will be a direct calendar as of tonight where you can just book a call with the team on the contact us page. Don't need to submit any web form or wait for us to call you. Just book a call if you want to talk. We basically give away free 30-minute strategy calls, or at least I do. No pitch intended. It's literally just walking through how we can help or what you can do to improve. If you go to the contact us page, otherwise you're going to get on with my sales team. So go to the contact us page. And then if you're interested in basically what we're doing in terms of what products we're offering and type of offers we're selling, the easiest way to do that is also Everlasting Ads, and then click on view the case study, and it'll take you through to see what we've done. That's I guess the easy way to get in contact.
Hell,
or
I love it.
You can add me on Facebook. Probably have like 8,000 pending requests, but I will get to you eventually.
I approved somebody from like 4 years ago yesterday. I was like,
I have like 35. I get like 35 a day. I'm like, ads are working too well.
That's great. I love it. Awesome, Alex. You killed it. Thank you so much.
No problem. No, I hope everyone got some insight from that. There's a lot of good stuff in there, actually, if I'm being honest.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, peace out, everybody.
Thanks so much for listening to another episode of the Rich Ad Poor Ad podcast. If you're like me and listen to podcasts on the go ahead and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and richadpoorad.com/podcast. And if you absolutely love the show, go ahead and leave a review and a comment, share with a friend. If you do, take a copy, screenshot of it, email me, Zach@funneldash.com, show me you left a review, and I'll give you a free copy of the Rich Ad Poor Ad book. To learn more about the book, go to richadpoorad.com. To leave a review, go to richadpoorad.com/review. Thanks again.